So, hello and welcome everyone to the second episode of this series where I document my quest to develop a retro game for the ZX81. And as the first step, what I did to get a bit acquainted with Sinclair Basic, I've written a screen editor because I will also need some kind of graphics for the game. And one thing I'm totally unfamiliar with are the different graphical characters that they are. So feeding two birds with one stone. A, I'm getting used to this particular type of basic, and B, I get actually a useful development tool. So you see the few modes that this screen editor has up there, but I think it's easier to demo that live. So on the simplest way this works is simply type a character and then I get the character shown. So at the bottom you see the current position on the screen, so I can move the cursor freely about. And left to that is the current code that's being displayed. So another thing that helps me getting acquainted to this code. So this is one of the three modes, simply the main letters. The second mode is the inverse mode, which I can activate with new line. So in case I need inverse characters for anything I want to draw, and there you see on the left I is 1, so the inverse mode is on. And now simply this when I type something, the inverse letter appears. So far, so spectacular. The third mode is the interesting one. That one shifts then to graphics, so that's activated with the normal shift and 9, so the graphics mode as it would be normally activated. And then I can draw things with pressing the keys and then getting the graphical characters. And as the key feature where this will help me in the game development is that there is another function that I can now activate, and then what this tool will do is show me the keys I need to hit with the respective graphical symbols if I want to recreate them in the actual program code. So that's shift and new line. And now this asks me for number of rows and number of columns because it will do a manual processing. I haven't really optimized it for speed or anything. So this looks like 4 or 5 rows and let's say 6 columns to be on the safe side. And now what it does is I'm replacing all the characters on the screen, not the array that actually holds the screen, just the characters on screen with the respective keys. So that should take a little while. There we go. So it should be all T's because I only pressed the T key with this line going from the bottom left to the top right. There we go. And then I would know what to press whenever I want to recreate the image that I've drawn with this screen editor. And to test it, I've also drawn then a ship that will play a role, and so that looks like this. So I have loaded the tape, and since the arrays are saved along with the program, I don't start with run, but I start with go to 10, and then it shows the ship. Here we go. So that's then taken me a while to draw, and I've also then done the conversion to the actual keys I would need to hit on graph paper, so that I'm now able to recreate this starship in the actual program. So the screen editor was then indeed very helpful, A, to get acquainted with peculiarities of Sinclair Basic on the ZX81, but also then to have the, I think, one main graphical item that I'll need for the game. So that was the second episode. So now I'm warmed up and now ready to tackle the basics of the main game, which I will do in the next episode. So stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching.